Donald Trump, don't trust China. China is asshole.
Ah, there it is. Feeling much better. Here we go. Okay. All right. As I mentioned, exclusive. This is so fucking good. God, Democrats, I swear to God. A suspected Chinese intelligence operative, which is a really long-winded fucking way of saying spy, bundled donations for Eric Swallowswell's 2014 re-election campaign. The operation targeted politicians in California and across the country. Oh no, Swallowswell, what did you do? What did you do? I'll tell you what he did. He did Christine Fang. She was everywhere. To quote several people who knew her, she appears in photos with, just a handful of Democrat representatives, Eric Swallowswell, Ro Khanna, Judy Chu, and Mike Honda, and numerous mayors, state assembly members, town council members, staffers, and other prominent politicos. That's right, Christine Fangs was spreading it all over the state of California and the Democrat Party. She was all over it. That's right. No big deal, just an official, legit Chinese spy with all of your representatives in California. Oh my God. My understanding is Eric Swallowswell met her at a rub and tug joint in Fresno, just outside where he lives. You know, it's a place he had been going to. The Chinese apparently knew Eric liked to go there on Thursdays to reward himself for a rough week. You know, because that's when if you're a congressman, your weekend's on Thursday. You don't work Fridays. That's for the fucking peasants, right? So Swallowswell continued his ritual of his Thursday rub and tug up until 2014 when in walked Christine Fang, and she was far more attractive than his typical mama-san that would be tugging on his little wiener. And she's like, hey, I think I could do some business for you. And he's like, for real? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, do I still get the rub and tug? And she was like, yeah, sure, that too. And then, 6 years later, she's got the entire Democrat Party in the palm of her hands, quite literally. And Swallowswell, you stupid fucking traitor. You know what's amazing about this too? Axios continues to talk about the fact that she was bundling money for his re-election campaign and completely forgets to mention the fact that Swallowswell was a presidential candidate. China was running the entire Democrat fucking party, everybody that was running for president on that side. All of them. They were all in bed with the Chinese. Oh, God, Swallowswell. Everybody forgets he ran for president because it only lasted 3 weeks, and then he fucking ripped ass on television and ruined his whole career, which, that's a whole different story. But, that's right. A suspected Chinese spy developed extensive ties with local and national U.S. politicians in what officials believe was an operation run by China's main civilian spy agency, from 2011 to 2015, Axios found in a year-long investigation. That's right. And, God, Swallowswell. Oh, Jesus. So many pictures. And these are the ones we can show you. These are just the ones we can show you. So, Eric Swallowswell, just to reiterate, a man that never rose above 1% nationally. A man that cut arguably the loudest fart in national television history. A man that is barely a man. He sold out America for a handjob. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being tried in a military court for treason and facing a potential firing squad over a handjob? I mean, some of you guys have done things in your lives you regret, but I'll bet you never sold out a nation of 340 million people to get a fucking handy from an Asian chick. You know what I'm saying? I bet you nobody ever beat you. That's one expensive fucking hand job. You know what I mean? I mean, it wasn't even something cool. It wasn't even the new Ferrari that's coming out. It wasn't even that 1,000 horsepower monster. And that's just the kind of deal you'd expect from like an Eric Swallowswell, right? He doesn't have the fucking gumption or gut or the fucking testicular fortitude to make the Chinese give him, like, everything he's ever dreamed of. Instead, he just sold America out for a quick fucking rub and tug. I mean, just amazing. This is exactly what I would expect from a guy that blows ass on television and then pretends it wasn't him. You know what I mean? This is exactly what you get. But there he is. There he is, Eric China's Swallowswell. Oh, God. This story makes it clear that the Chinese spy, who was also a fundraiser for Representative Swallowswell, had sexual relationships with elected officials. Duh. God Swallowswell, who is married and therefore a blackmail risk, must answer whether he was one of the officials that slept with the Chinese spy. My guess is, knowing Eric Swallowswell, he didn't bang her, but he definitely got to wear the baby, the baby diaper with the bottle while she jerked him off. I feel like Eric Swallowswell is that guy. You know what I mean? He's that dude. Benny Johnson driving home the point. Chinese communist spies in bed with Russia collusion hoaxer Eric Swallowswell. Chinese communists bundled millions for Swallowswell. Chinese communists placed staff in Eric Swallowswell's office. Swallowswell sits on the Intelligence Committee. Okay, so in case you forgot, the guy that was getting jerked off by a Chinese spy also happens to be a member of the Intelligence Committee in the House. So, can't imagine how we ended up with Russia collusion hoax against Trump for all these fucking years, considering it was paid for with Eric Swallowswell's fucking Thursday jerk-off sessions. Amazing. If you don't believe them, and you're having a hard time believing, Axios or any other journalists, then maybe you could just believe the Chinese themselves.
是吧？我们前面沟通不下来啊，这个很傲娇的。老太太皎洁一笑，我跟她讲道理。大家知道这话来路吧？美国著名黑手党电影《教父》里边的经典台词，把人家马头给砍了，是吧？塞人家被窝里边啊。当然，老太太不是这个黑手党，老太太身份是什么？她为什么在中国住了30年？啊？为什么讲口流利今天的？就刚才我们讲到的，全球华尔街某著名金融机构、顶级金融机构的亚洲区的总裁啊。当然再说下去可能政治不正确了啊，大家明白我意思吧？懂的掌声啊！好，那么其实呢，就是说啊，说的白了点啊，其实呢，就过去这个30年啊，过去40年，我们在美国的它的这个利用它权势核心圈，是不是？我前面讲过，华尔街在1970年代开始对美国它的内政外交有非常强的影响力。啊，所以我们有路径依赖，是吧？但问题是，08年之后，华尔街的地位下降了。更重要的是，16年之后，华尔街搞不进特朗普，为什么？很尴尬。特朗普以前对华尔街有过一次软性违约，所以双方有矛盾啊。当然，这个细节我就不多说了，时间可能已经来不及了，是吧？那么，这个中美贸易战过程中，他们也试图帮忙啊。据我所知，美方的朋友跟我讲，这个试图帮忙，但是啊，力有不逮啊！但现在呢？现在我们看到拜登上台了，传统的精英、政治精英啊，这个建制派，他们跟华尔街的关系是非常密切的。所以大家看到吧，拜登的儿子被特朗普说你在全球有什么基金公司，发现没有？
我不想跟你跳舞。
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
All right, so for those illiterate members of the Dilly 300, that Chinaman was just telling you that they own Wall Street, and Wall Street owns the politicians, and Wall Street doesn't own or control President Donald Trump. So they're praying that Biden gets in. You are, whether you like it or not, in a Cold War with China. It's the beginning of a hot war. Because China